Everybody, welcome back to SevTech Ages, episode 77 with me, Sid, and we are... Well, last episode we made this one, and there's some kerosene in there, and this is off at the moment, because I inadvertently saw the word refinery when it came to mixing oxygen and kerosene to make rocket fuel, and of course that is not a refinery. That is a distillation tower. A refinery is something entirely different. So we can put the diesel back into that, that's fine. We can run it should we wish to and make more kerosene. I don't know how much we've got. Let's just have a peek. We've got 28 buckets at the moment, so it's not a biggie. Now we do have an issue here with the this power here is quite frankly rubbish. Now we've got this coming out to an HV capacitor on this side, and then I'm transforming it down using the HV capacitor. But there is a transformer, so I could potentially bring power from over here and route it round to replace this setup. I wouldn't necessarily get rid of the water wheels. I may in fact just leave the water wheels running the pump jack, for example, but that might be worthwhile. However, we need to power this compressor. Now what I don't know, well, we actually need to make an oxygen generator as well, but I don't know if this compressor actually runs with immersive engineering juice. So let's try an MV, not as a relay, an MV, have we got an MV? Yep, MV connector and a wire. If we just pop that there and then connect it up, let's see what happens. Boop. Status idle. Oh, it's fuel, not power at all. Okay, even easier. Should have checked really, shouldn't I, before we started faffing around. Now, the plastics, this thing is a little bit more tricky. So you need to supply this with heat, and you can put it on heat blocks, but it turns lava into obsidian. So the suggestion is that we use a vortex cannon, vortex tube, which again we can make. We've got everything we need for that. So let us go and start playing around with some Pneumaticraft. I'll be honest with you, I've not been a huge fan of Pneumaticraft. I found it tricky, awkward, annoying, for mostly limited benefits, in my personal experience. I know there are people who love it, but it would be a dull world if we were all the same. So we need a little bit of glass. Have I got about a bit of glass? I have, and that makes 8, so that's handy. We only need to worry about, well, we'll just do 1 for now. And then we need to make a vortex tube, which uses a couple of gold. Boop. Oh, helps if you get the right thing. Couple of gold and a couple of them, and the rest are... I might have to blow up some more iron yet. So vortex tube gives stuff, and then we need to generate pressure, and the way to do that is going to be with this, I think. So we're going to need a furnace. And we're going to need some fuel, I would imagine. I think they work off of... It's a long time since I've done any Pneumaticraft, so bear with me. But we've got you, and then that, and one of those gives me that, and that gives me pressure tube. Now I was looking for the... There used to be a tube that gave you a pressure release, so if you overpressured it wouldn't blow up. I can't find that, so I don't know whether that is now a thing of the past. I'm going to take some charcoal, I think. However, because I don't know whether these things will blow up or not, I ain't doing it inside or anywhere near anything expensive. I'm going to do it outside, and we are going to see what it is what with all of this stuff. So we probably are going to need to get that plastic maker up as well, but let us first off try this So we place you down. You have got redstone behavior. Enable on any signal. High signal, low signal, any signal. Okay. Upgrades. Volume, upgrade, security. Built-in safety valve. That's the beastie. So it is one of these. I've lost you now. Security upgrade. So that uses a safety tube module, obsidian, and that. Yeah, okay. I think we can make, well, pressure gauge and those. Yeah, we can make those. This is not a problem, I don't think. But then you're going to have a vortex tube, and that's the cold side. That's the hot side. I think I've just got to make this too long, but no, we got away with that. And let me just give you a little bit of juice and see what we start getting. That is pressurizing. It's got pressure building up slowly. North, which is that side, is 32 degrees centigrade, and then we just presumably place that there, and we should be able to see the temperature is trying to climb at the moment. Now there's no plastic in there. Hull temperature, item temperature, well that, okay, and that is doing stuff. Why is that not going up though? Just give you another. I'm just going to keep on running this for a little while, just to get it up to maybe 4 or 5 pressure and see what we get. Because this should be going up. Oh yeah, the whole temperature is 25, 26. I don't know whether, do we have to pipe in the plastic or what? Heat. Heat can be applied by placing a block that generates heat. So think of a vortex tube, fast but require also lava, slow, and torches. To cool down a machine, remove the heat sources. Okay. Plastic selection. So we pick which one we want. Yep. Problems. There's no plastic. Add plastic in the bottom slot of the item selection. Okay. So we can actually run that. That's up to 1 bar. Right, so we want to make... Can you have a security upgrade? Just as a stupid question. No, you can't, but this can. So we need to make a security upgrade. Let's go and do that. And I shall be back in a second. Alright, this is at 36. We apparently can put... No? No, apparently not. Can't put plastic in this at all. So we almost certainly have to put liquid plastic. Add plastic in the bottom slot of item selection. Tried to, didn't work. Okay. What have we got? Plastic, white. Well, these are all coloured plastics. So how do you get plastic in there? Presumably we need to make liquid plastic. So, okay, recipe. No. Recipe. Molten plastic is made in a plastic moulder. Okay, so... Welcome to Industrial Foregoings Manual. To get, you need to place a tree fluid extractor in front of a log to collect latex. Pump into the latex processor. Whether you can actually do that still. Oh, incidentally, I also made that. So I can now go and put half a dozen blocks of coal in there, and we can let this really get up to temperature. With a bit of luck anyway, that will work, and this should give me that. Let's have a look. This is a What are your air compressor? So I would expect to see the word air compressor in there. We can, it will do the thing, and good. Speed upgrades and a volume upgrade. Alright. Right, we need to work this out then. Let me have a look at industrial for starters. So what did we want? We want a petrified fuel. You see, these are silly. Cobalt plates, Certus quartz, black iron frames, and I think this is an absolute and deliberate thing to basically lock all of this behind the progress. So what I'm looking for is the Latex Extractor thingy. Can't remember what it looks like. So you just have to. One of the things when you move mods, when the pack changes significantly, fluid pump, fluid crafter, plant interactor. I don't think we can actually. That is a tree fluid extractor. Okay, is there such a thing as a tree fluid extractor now? Tree. No. So we are definitely into the plastic making process that we had to do before. I need to get those machines set up somehow to supply this, and obviously this all will need to be supplied. We also need to get the oxygen compressor and the refinery going. Now the refinery is an immersive engineering thing, so we can easily get that one together, I think. Heavy machinery, refinery. This is the beastie. It doesn't take a lot. 8 steel scaffolding, 5 fluid pipes, 1 redstone, 2 light, 2 heavy, 16 sheet metal. That is relatively easy. What's this up to? 46 degrees. I mean, the temperature is nowhere near. It needs to be up here. And you can see this is getting nowhere. So I think we need to be running this for a lengthy period of time. Max pressure 20 bar. We need to increase the pressure on that, don't we? I don't know how you would do that. Increases the air that can be stored, causing a pressure drop. Removing the upgrades will keep the pressure constant, losing air from the machine, and the speed. Yeah, I don't think it's just a matter of running it, isn't it? Okay, well, it's getting up to temperature. I think it's just going to take a long time, and that is fine. So we go back to here. From there we need to make a oxygen compressor. Oxygen blah blah blah. Oxygen collector. That's the worst. Oh, hang on. Oxygen collector. Okay. So let's have a look at that. Oxygen collector is all of this. I'm all too familiar with this stuff. That requires things. It requires tin and okay. How do I want to do this? I think I need to reroute my power because this is not going to. This is definitely not going to hack it. So let me come back into power and let us get a transformer. Current transformer can be hooked up to any power line and keep track of returning an average. So no, it's not a transformer, is it? No. Basic wiring, blob blob. It's that thing. Transformers will take 2 wires. Alright. Let me get sort this out. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, we've got the transformer. That's our first step done. It's not expensive. Got a little bit of spare clay because I think I'm going to need them. I've also pressure plated up that because I'm getting fed up of leaving the door open. Not had a problem yet, but you know, always protect yourself. Anyway, made a few things. This thing has managed to get up to a whole 56 degrees centigrade before it as well. It may be cooling down now, but doesn't matter. We shall address that later. What we do need to do, however, is we need to get a pylon in here with, I need a bit of HV cable and an HV relay, and the HV oh man, where's my inventory? The HV relay will go on, no, that side there. I need to get up there somehow easily. Probably from the thing. Oh, let me up. Right, and around, and hop, and hop. Thought I hadn't made that for a second. Hop. From there to there. And then we are going to detach that, which we should be able to do from down here, I think. We can obviously place that back there, and then we can take you and go from there to there and there to there. Right, let's head down to here and stick another thing on here, and then we're going to try, well, this is supposed to, no, let me just have a look at that, because it did indicate in the book that that should in some way become part of the structure. Let's have a, yeah, so we can go, do we want to do it at this stage? Yes, we do, because I don't want to keep getting electric shocks from that. So I think if we place you there, then we should be good to take another HV coil from, actually no, let us even go, let's go even one stage further with that, shall we? Let's take an HV, don't know why I've got multiples, from there to there. That is not correct. Dude, this is what I don't want to have to do. Damn you. I don't want to have to go anywhere near that power. Huh. Huh. No. No, lost that wire. It's only a little bit of steel. It's not the end of the world. To there, and then if we then go and get an MV relay and place that, oh god, why is this so hard? And get a little bit of insulated MV cable. We should be good to do that. And then, right, I'm going to take that out. Let me just continue wiring, and I shall be back with you in a moment. Alright, we've got the rewiring done. I'm not exactly convinced whether I would have been better just doing that over here rather than transforming down to MV from this side. But who am I to argue, eh? Getting a lot of... What is that? That's naphtha, isn't it? Yeah, we're actually getting a lot of that. We've got a reasonable amount of diesel, and kerosene is building up quite rapidly as well. And obviously what we've routed directly, I had to remove the lamp from up there, but that's got this going quite happily as well. So all is good. Now this is a steam boiler, nothing to do with what we need right now. What we do need right now is the refinery, I think, is our next target. So we are going to go and... no, there, refinery. So what did I say we needed? 8 steel scaffolding, 5 fluid pipes. I don't know how... 8 steel scaffolding, 5 fluid pipes. Let me just get rid of that for the time being. And again, we'll need to bring power over to this as well, so this is the thing. Okay, what else? Redstone engineering block, white block, 16 sheet iron metal, iron sheet metal. I'm going to need some iron for that. So yeah, all of this needs to be pulled together. So before we can do anything, let's get that built. All right, we're good. We've got a refinery, or we've got the makings of the refinery. I've also been doing a little bit in the basement, ready for moving the inventory over, which will happen in the next few episodes when I get around to it. It's like all of these things. So we're gonna, this is gonna, oh wow, maybe we should turn you off for a while and let you, because that is empty, and that is almost full, isn't it? It is full, which means that this is now full of naphtha. Damn you. I'm trying to remember what I use naphtha for. I think, let me just have a look. Naphtha. We can use it in the distillation tower, and we use it to make propane in the chemical mixer with steam, and propane is used to make plastic. So it's not actually a problem, because we need that to make the molten plastic. So we are going to hammer through that pretty fast, I hope. Again, we'll have to come up with somewhere to place that, but right now I want to bring the, I'm thinking about here for the refinery, and let's not make this any harder than it has to be. Let's just get the old projector out, and which side is the front? I think that is the front there, and I think we'll go to there. No, there. I think that works. Right, let's get this thing built, because then we can start to concentrate on other parts of this. This is, it's got to be said, this is just a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? It's a massive jigsaw puzzle made up of, oops, me throwing things on the floor, that and a light engineering block at the back. We've got a light engineering block, we've got a heavy engineering block, we've got a redstone engineering block, and then it is just literally this. A couple of layers of, I think, yeah. It's a fairly simple machine, this one. The only thing that really complicates it in this pack is the heavy engineering blocks, because they're a bit of a pain to craft. Okay, which one? Oh, that's not. Clicking it with an axe. How many of you were sat there screaming at me for that one? Okay, so we have got this thing here. It has got a power input, so we do need to get a medium voltage connector and pop that in the, oops, there. Now we are going to need to therefore bring the power across. Do I just bring it across and in? Can't do that really unless, oh dear. Well, first things first, we need pipe. Pipey pipe. Luckily I have made a whole load of iron plate. I made another stack of it, and that is not how you make pipe. That is how you make pipe. And I have got a lever, so we should be good to pipe. From here, I think we can go along here, and then up under here, like this. And that shouldn't interfere with anything. So we'll just pop this all the way down here. While I'm, oh, that's the ally block. We'll not put you there. That's typical. Okay, not a problem, but it is typical. I think the light block went there. Yeah. Oops, let me get the F7 off. Let me get this onto here. There we go, lovely. Make myself some more pipe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get there eventually. That will go up to there, and we can go and turn that on, and you should be getting 24 millibuckets of kerosene in that side. Excellent. Right, so armed with that, we can't do much more. We do need to make some more MV connectors and stuff, and more power to bring the wiring across. I'm just wondering how to do that, whether to come... I can't come over from there, but I could come over here. If I were to move that, just so, I mean, they're only decorative, there's nothing necessary there. If I were to move that over, that's got 24 millibuckets, which is loads of kerosene. Okay. We need to make the oxygen compressor. That's our next target. So we're going to need more steel for that, I think. And some bronze. And aluminium, if I recall. Let me grab the materials together. I shall be back in a sec. Alright, so the one complicated thing we need on there is an invar gear. So we'll cast one of those. It's 4 blocks for an invar gear, 4 ingots I should say. So I might cast a few of these because we are going to want more of these going forward. The Galacticraft stuff uses those fans quite a bit. So yeah, we'll... And I'm casting some glass because I need to make some glass panes. That should leave, I think, 3 ingots. So we'll want to... We've got those invar gears. I'm just trying to remember what's involved in an MV connector. MV connector is iron and those, that's fine. That can go away. What we've got, 3 ingots of that. 1, 2, and 3, and then we've got the glass. The glass needs to be panes, and it is a pane. If we set this to 220, we can just automate those a second. Oops. Boop. There you go. So those will take a hot minute to do. We really do need to sort my inventory out a little bit here. I'm going to go and cook some more clay because I think I'm going to need more MV connectors going forward. Maybe at least 4. I'll do 8 because might as well. Actually, it doesn't matter. I'm just using crap to smelt this lot, aren't I? So we can quite easily just put what we want in, really. And a little bit of there we go. So we need plates of aluminium and tin. I have made the tin canisters. They're just a U shape of tin ingots, so nothing fancy there. We want this because I need to make Galacticraft fluid pipes, which will pipe the oxygen to the thingy, I hope anyway. That's you know, that's, or this is all theory. Bang, give me them. Thank you. So that should be enough of everything, I think. I've got the stuff to... Oh, no, I know what I haven't got. Let me just go and grab some of that. Or I may have put it somewhere safe, you know, as you do. So that is a thing. This should be almost done. Yeah, leave that to it. I shouldn't need more than 6. Because my plan is to have the oxygen compressor right there and just pumping that in straight into the refinery. Okay, let's get this. I'd like to have up for rocket fuel done this episode. And then maybe look at getting the plastic side of things in as well. But we need, so we've compressed 6 whole load of steel. I may need more than that. I'm going to do 32 aluminium, 32 tin. So we are going to make an oxygen compressor. Oops, not an oxygen collector. And we need to make one of those. So that's simple enough. We've left the ink bar gears, back in a second. Alright, we've got tin compressing. We need to make a couple of these for starters, I believe. Are you going to... Oh, no, you're working. Good. That was a relief. So we've got 1, 2, 3 of those, 1 of those, and that, and that. Oh God, my inventory. Let's just borrow this, shall we? So we can do 3 of those, that, and that, and those. So it's this bit we need now, which is 3 more tin, which is probably coming out over here. Yup. Tin with a compressor and a valve. And steel. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we've got it then. Let's get that made. Let's get it made and have done with, shall we? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 1. That makes that. That goes there. And we grab all of that lot and we put 3, 1, that, and a couple of those. Makes us the oxygen compressor. That is an achieve. I'm going to let this stuff continue ticking away, making these. I will actually do these tin blocks, aluminium blocks as well, I think, just because we're going to need more of that going forward. But right now I think we should be almost good to plumb that in and make rocket fuel. I just need to make some connector, some wire standy things, and I'll be right back. Okay, we are in almost the perfect position to do this. We just need to bring you from there to there, from there to there. That step is largely not necessary, and from there to there. That should be that having unit. Oh, no, I missed one, didn't I? There to there. So that's got juice. And then over here, we're going to take our oxygen concentrator. Now this is going to be a little bit peculiar because you have power on that. Oops. Helps if you don't wreck everything while you're doing it. You have power on that side, I think, and air coming out that side. Like so. And then you're going to need power. Now I do not know if this is going to work. We'll find out. Oh, bomb you, git. Alright, that's fine. Take that one out. Put you in on the bottom half, and we shall go from there to there, there to there, and there to there. That is working. It is getting oxygen, and it is making fuel. Excellent. It's working. Jesus, that's just those steps just to get to there. So that gives us rocket fuel. We're going to need to make a tier 1 space suit. We need to make the NASA thing. We need to make that. We also need to make a loader. So fuel loader, let's have a look. You're going to use a whole load of stuff. I can't go there yet until we've got the plastic situation sorted. Let me just... Yeah, I think we're about time at that point, but we have got rocket fuel. We are making fuel. It's slow, but that's fine. I don't mind slow. I can live with slow. We are going to need to somehow channel this kerosene out, probably take it quite deep down and then out to a plastic manufacturing plant over here. That's going to need us to rebuild the steam boiler and bring diesel over, which we don't have any, I don't think, which is a pig. Okay, that's an issue. So you definitely need to be off. You've got the oil, but we haven't got anywhere to store the naphtha. So we have an issue. We need to get some diesel going before we can do any of that. That will run... Whoop, okay, fine. I forgot about that. That will run into all of this lot. So over here we're going to have to make our plastic refinery to power the plastic maker over here, the pneumatic raft, and then we may need to actually extend this base a little bit. But if we do, we do. I also want to continue working on the basement with a move to get everything out of the cave, or at least all the inventory out of the cave. I'm starting to get a structure in place, but it's still just a hole in the ground right now. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon, and bye for now.